Oh my goodness. Here we go. Welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. Oh baby, we got a good one here today. But first, I always gotta show love. What up, Twitch? Everybody that streams me on Twitch. It's not many of you, but I appreciate the ones that do. 1985, right on time. You are absolutely gonna love this topic today. What up, Gemini Smiley? You said you wanted some accountability, right? From black women. Well, this black woman is holding black women accountable. But hold on before we get into it. What up to all my folks that stream on Twitch? IG Live, of course, always love. And for the folks that play it back on YouTube, love you, thank you. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow to the channel. Thank you. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so we're building. Let's go, chat. We're building. I love it. I'm proud of it for it only being a year and a couple months. I'm proud of the grind. Anyway, let's get into it. Because this woman had a very interesting perspective, 1985. She said, she feels like black women dislike black men. Take a listen to what she had to say, and everybody else.
Until I did my series, my husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us? And when I saw the women comment, I went, oh, wow, now it's starting to click. And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
Okay, you heard it. You heard it. What do you think? Do black women dislike black men? She said from the comments she got, seems to be so. And it's nothing but my fellas on here, so be easy, fellas. I'm waiting for my ladies to hop on here. I'm waiting for my ladies to hop on here, because baby, I know, come on, Clean, come on to the chat. I know that the ladies are probably going to have a lot to say about this one, but Clean, you're welcome to join anytime, though. But yeah, and please, sound off. Do black women dislike black men? Like I said, this lady said, it appears to be so. Again, I'm gonna wait till the ladies come on, cause I'm not. She had again. We'll play it again, and it's not all of us. I don't even know if some of y'all like other women. I'm being real. The way some of y'all act.
Until I did my series, my husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us? And when I saw the women comment, I went, oh, wow, now it's starting to click. And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
Like our girl Healing Hurt Men's Ministry. Need to get her on here because I know she would love this topic today as well. Men, you're quiet. Or are y'all waiting? Are y'all waiting? I mean, I don't know. I think this just puts, again, us versus men. So, I don't know. And we have a lot of other stuff to be worried about. We really just all need to just That's my opinion. Clean, clean. I know you're gonna give your take on it. I think we all have things clean, clean. We on both sides. We have a lot of work to do on not just the men, but the women as well. So,
Yeah.
I am like her, a believer in women accountability because women don't often take accountability for the shit they do. So, what you got to say about this clean, clean? Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think that
She was on point. You can say it. Was she on point?
no, I mean, yeah, I mean, she was on point because these
Come on,
relationships,
FA. You gonna love this one too, FA. I don't know who
the
else I've done. Oh, there she comes. Come on, Healing Hurt Ministries. This topic is definitely for the both of you and Clean Clean today. Before you give your opinion, let's see if we can get them on first, and then I want to run back the video.
okay.
Do black women dislike black men? And FA's hopping on. Hello, Healing Hurt Ministry. Hey, Superpad. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. FA, the
Yo,
question
yo.
is, do black women dislike black men? I'm going to play an audio clip for you guys to hear because this woman, she feels so. So take a listen.
Women until I did my series. My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, "Are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us?" And when I saw the women comment, I went, "Oh, wow, now it's starting to click." And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
All right. The question is, do black women dislike black men? Clean, clean. You were about to respond. I know you want to get in.
Yeah, I mean,
I see it all on
yeah,
your
Salivating over here.
yeah,
face.
yeah. No, I mean, look, you gotta look at it like this, man. What she said about how Gen Zers and all of that swinging the pendulum from boomers is because, yeah, boomers, the women weren't in competition with the men. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more that women step into the masculine equality space, the harder it makes it for these relationships to work because it's essentially two bulls trying to coexist. And yeah, it creates a dislike because you stepping in an arena where you competing with men, but you don't have the capabilities of men. So
Yeah.
it's almost like you feel like it's an unfair advantage, but it's almost like you don't belong in this weight class. It's almost like in boxing, like
Yeah.
a lightweight, a
Exactly.
featherweight boxer
Correct.
versus a heavyweight boxer. They got weight classes for a reason because of the power of the punches, the capabilities of the boxers. So it's kind of the same thing like with this, where it's like you got featherweights jumping into a heavyweight division, and then
Mm,
they getting mad that the punches is so hard. And it's like you can't do that. You know, in the boomer times, it was family oriented, and the more the man ascended, the better it was for the family unit.
mm,
Now you got a lot of women that don't want to have children. They want to be successful career wise, but they also want a man. And then what happens is there it becomes a competition. And instead of when that man ascends, it benefits the family unit. There is no family unit. So now it's just two individuals, single, non-children having people competing for resources, and it creates friction. And so when she say, when you say, do they
they are.
hate black men? I think it's it's more of like there's friction because
Okay, so you're
You
not saying that they hate them. There's just tension, friction there. Hey,
there's
Chef.
friction because we both can't exist in the same space. One of us gotta fall back. One of us gotta be the assistant manager. We both can't be the manager of the
I
store.
get you. We both can't be the leader. Hold on, keep because I want you. Hold on before you chime in. Fa new folks, welcome. Discussions with Dee Parker. The question today is: do black women dislike black men? And then Fa, let me play this clip back real quick before you chime in.
By black women.
And yes, Mama, she is black.
My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, "Are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us?" And when I saw the women comment, I went, "Oh, wow, now it's starting to click." And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
Mama said, I love black men. And Tasha said, hey, healing hurt. All right, FA, do black women dislike black men?
1 second. I'm going to check in and work. Give me 2 minutes.
Clean, did you want to finish you were finishing it up. Finish
Yeah,
up your
yeah, nah.
thought. Yeah.
Like I said, man, I don't necessarily. I mean, I think there are some that hate black men just because of their history in life with in dealing with men, you know. But if you talk about overall, I think a lot of these women. I'm just keeping it real with you. They weren't raised to be in a relationship. They were raised more so to not trust men and to protect themselves from us.
Wait, you said
And
raised, but maybe what about if that's the environment they came from and they saw what a man was doing to their mother? Because I mean,
well,
I saw my Carl be a piece of to my mother.
yeah, but you can't look at something and think that that's the overall aspect of things. Like I grew
I
up
mean, but
watching people fight and sell dope in I didn't grow up thinking it's like that everywhere. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
but I could have grew up to have a fear that all men were women beaters. No, because that's the environment that I was in.
No, I mean you can grow up to have a fear that it's possible a man can be a woman beater, but you can't grow up with the fear that you can't. It you disable yourself to just grow up fearing all men for
But you
just
see
because
what
of.
I'm saying? We say that, but it could be the environment that that little girl may have seen. That's what I'm saying. It might not have necessarily came from her mom. Hey, boo.
Tough
I
How
love.
see
y'all
you
Tough
still want
doing?
to
love.
get in on this conversation.
You already know what I'm gonna say. I do
Tough
Ooh!
Yeah.
black
love.
women project.
Wait, you went out. You went out. You went out. Wait, we can't.
Can
Wait,
you hear
we
me now?
can't hear you. She's going in. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, because girl, you was going in.
Black women project on black men because they have not loved themselves. So,
Yeah.
any woman who loves themselves will never hate anyone. So, what we're at today in 2026, this is the aftermath of multiple women, not just black women, multiple women not liking themselves. So they're going to project it to somebody else because they have to do that. If
Mm,
I accept that I've allowed all these things to happen in my poor decision making in life, who do I blame?
right.
But to blame a man, it's almost like you gave that man that much power. Because if a man got that much power over you, baby, that must be a God. But if that man is making you do things that you wouldn't want to do, whose fault is it to stay in that position? So
Mm.
when we stay where we're not happy, then when we finally get out of it, then we go. See, this is what women don't. Nobody pays attention to this part. How many women stop dating men and start liking women?
There's some, yeah.
So
An
You mean to
alarming
tell me
rate.
men are so repulsive that you go and mess with your own kind? That makes no sense because now they saying the butch women are cheating on the lesbians with men because they're starting to see it's not man or woman, it's a self thing. So now you got the butch lady saying, man, I don't even want to be with women no more because they doing too much. So if men are saying it, butch women are saying it, lesbians are saying it, who's the problem?
Okay, wait.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You're saying a lot.
Get
the
Hold on,
amen.
Clint Clink. Hold
the
on, LJ.
thugs is
Hold
the
on, because we got new
complaining. The
folks. Hold
thugs
on,
been
hold on.
complaining.
Hold on, Clink Clink. Welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. I told you this is
Hey,
gonna be a
happy.
live one today. Do
Hey,
black women
Hey, Clink.
dislike black men? And I gotta run the clip for the new folks that didn't hear it. And we have a bunch of comments.
Were by black women until I did my series. My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us? And when I saw the women comment, I went, oh, wow, now it's starting to click. And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and Boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing. I did not.
So hold on. Let me read these comments and we'll get back into it. Harlem Knight said, we love black men, just sick of the same old story. She said, women were not raised to hate black men. Clean. We watch repeat behavior and learn from it. Tasha said, I can't stand these ninjas, especially the ones born after the 80s LOL joke. My preference will always be black men. And Mama said, right, Harlem Nights. Got you, opening ENT. Did you hear what we were talking about? Do black women dislike black men? Superfast said, a lot of cases, it's the opposite. A lot of black men dislike black women, so they are just giving the energy they get from us. Harlem Knight says, same thing with black men. Got you open. Oh, okay. Got you open. Said, Tasha Mama, how are you ladies doing? Harlem Knight said, but when we get out of it, men say we are choosing to be single. And then Mama say the gay men, LOL. And Tasha said, hey. Got
hey,
you.
what was one question? One thing to say
Yes.
before they start. I can't remember who said it, but they was like, "Oh, we grew up seeing this, and that's why we feel this way." That's bullshit. You know why? Because we also grew up seeing everybody be broke. Did we not grow up and it make us want to get money more? Or did we grow up saying, well, I'm gonna be broke because that's all I saw was broke? That's
No.
bullshit. The things that we see, yes, they do affect us, but they don't actually create us. Like you see things and then you
No,
motivate
sometimes they
yourself
do.
to
I
get
disagree
out
with
of
that.
it.
Because sometimes they do.
I grew up in the projects in a poor situation. I didn't make me grow up
But
and say, well,
that's
that's what I
you. That's your
saw.
story.
Yeah, Didi, they
There are
should
some
die.
boys that
Didi,
can.
Didi, they should die. They should die. That's just how it works. They should die.
Oh, okay.
Listen, to answer that, it's a single sin world. Yes, some people will be affected by their circumstances and cannot
Yeah.
outrow their circumstances. They supposed to drown. They're weak. They're not strong enough to endure and overcome. That's it.
Because
Life is
animals
tough.
do it. When a
Life is
mother knows
tough.
that
Yeah, we
their
get
child
it.
they just birthed is weak, they'll kill it. So
Yeah.
It's
we the
that
only ones
simple.
that promote weak as a good
Right.
thing and the strong as a bad. So
That's what Kling
it's
Kling is
us.
saying. He's
It's
saying,
us.
yes, no, no matter the circumstances, you're supposed to be able to still be productive in life. Period.
No,
I get
but
it.
We
We
make
I
all
it
think
are
what
yeah.
I'm
coming
saying
from,
is if a little boy witnesses his father repeatedly
yes,
throughout the years
beat on
beating
his
on his
mother.
right,
Yes.
it's
And he turns
he
into a
could
woman
possibly
beater.
grow up to
And
be a woman
no,
beater himself.
he 100%. And he's going to go to jail or he's going to die. He's going to go to jail or he's going to die. That's why I
I
said he's
got
supposed to die. Or he's supposed to go to jail, which is equivalent. You see what I'm saying?
But
In the
that's
analogy.
biblical though.
That's just what
Bad
it
fruit
is.
produces bad fruit. You gotta get rid
That's
of it.
right. Hey, and the women gotta have a little bit more discernment. Stop having babies with women. So listen,
That's why
we
emotions
gotta
gotta
get
get in
y'all to love
control.
yourself. We really gotta get y'all. Y'all listen. It's a two parts. One, we got to get y'all out of leadership positions. We got to get it back to the natural hierarchy where men lead over the women, because this is the another production of women leadership, right? Or women being out front, and they shouldn't be out front because they make decisions out of emotions and they don't have foresight enough to know the consequences of their momentarily feelings and the outcome of that when they make a long-term decision based on a momentary emotion. And this is why y'all not supposed to be leaders, period. Now, or out front. Y'all can be leaders in different spaces.
No, you
But
right.
no,
Don't you switch that.
no. They can be leaders in certain areas, but not in the family hierarchy. Yeah, you can be the leader of the children and so on and so
We're
forth. But
that's the only people we supposed to lead, because once
okay,
those children grow, they're gonna be men. The
nah, that's
thing
true. That's
is,
true. I
what
agree.
got us
I
here
agree.
is a woman's emotional request to do something. A
Right.
queen did this, and that's
Yeah,
why
I
our
agree.
countries are messed up
I
because of it. It
agree.
wasn't a
I
man.
agree.
It was a woman
Secondly,
who gave the
no, I
green
agree.
light to let Christopher Columbus and them navigate into other people's territories, but they were pirates. They had people stealing, killing, and destroying because a woman gave the green light. But they went to men first, and the men was like, nah, that don't sound right. So again, when we do stuff, we're not seeing the whole picture of how it affects and impacts all of us. One emotional outburst, two emotional outbursts become your emotional outburst personality. You can't
Yeah.
control yourself. So when you're not in control of yourself, how can you get other people to be in control? How can you control other people if you can't control yourself? But
Right,
you want to
right,
project and say it's their fault, it's the
right,
men's
right,
fault.
right.
But we never see us in it. I have
That's
moments,
that.
and I get checked in every moment I have, because the Bible tells us don't be quick to
And he loves
anger.
you.
So you have to know yourself in this. If every time you don't get your way, you get mad, that means you want to be in control of something. But what if God say that's not for you? So women will get mad because something didn't go right. They got a kid with this person that didn't go right. And now you got to raise this kid with the person that didn't go right and co-parent, but your emotions aren't intact. So every time you see this person, if they with somebody else, you mad. If they moved on, you mad. If they don't want to be with you, you mad. So your emotions will go turn into how you raise that kid, because are you taking it out on the kid now? So
Mm.
women do have to understand, you have to control your emotions
They can't.
always
They can't. They
100%,
need it.
because the
They can't.
moment
They
you
got to be
don't,
led.
you
Who
They
may
these
need to
make
be
a
told what
comments?
to
life
do.
decision that you cannot come back from. And that's
They,
the truth on the
they
truth.
can. There's chemical imbalances.
Oh
Like
my God, it is. Once
it
we
is.
had them babies,
Yeah, it's chemical and
they
the
don't know
chemical
that.
imbalance usually wins over the logic. Like
We
like
go
they
through
battle
menopause, so yeah.
constantly, but the logic usually gets defeated by the chemical imbalance. And so what happens is they kind of know what's right, but they can't do it because of the chemical imbalance is driving them.
The demon in them, you better
Oh God.
say it.
Hold on, let me read some of these comments. Harlem Knight said, "Clean. You just proved your own point. We learn from our environment what we don't want in our life." Mama said, "Some people have trauma, men
Right?
and women." Super Pat gave the wild face. Mama said, "Stop it. Not every woman goes into a relationship knowing that the man is a
Everything
woman
is
beater."
not everything. Jesus Christ. Why does everything got to be phrased with not every woman, not every person, not every. Jesus. Okay. Thank you for acknowledging that. We
It's
know
just
that. It's
projection
just
though.
Jesus. Everything
Okay.
is not everything.
Harlem Knight said, "Women can't lead?" Question mark. Are we really saying this? And
No, yes.
Mama
You're
said, Trump has
this is
outbursts every night. Whatever.
the reason why we say this, Harlem Night, is women can't lead, is for the reason we're having this topic of discussion. This is the thing about it. I'm a woman, born a woman, but
Shouldn't
I know
lead
the
is the
truth.
better way of saying it.
I can't make it
Yeah.
change just
Shouldn't.
because I don't like the rules.
Right.
It is what it is. I accept them and I walk in my truth in them. So a lot of us women don't walk in their honest truth of who you are on this earth. So you question with emotion. So we can't be in office? No, because y'all tried to vote Kamala Harris in, and she was going to legalize children being able to mutilate their bodies and cut their wee-wees off.
Yep.
Does that make sense? So again,
Yeah.
women, let's get this clear. I'm not against us. I'm telling us where we messed up in this country and all the countries. Why you think women aren't in office in a lot of the countries? Because they understand their place in life. They're not trying to fight it. They're not trying to say they're better than men. No, because y'all want to be men so bad and don't know it's hard being a man. It
Yes,
really
it
is.
is.
I don't
So
want to
I
be
look,
no
would
to
man.
answer
never
the
want to be a
prompt,
man.
to
I
answer
don't
the
I
want to
love
be
prompt,
no
men.
man.
look,
I'm good.
I
I
respect
don't
them,
think that
but it's
black
hard
women
being it.
think black women know. I think it would probably be it would be a miracle if they don't hate black men. I think they're raised and conditioned to hate black men. I think, and it's gonna go back to the same thing that I said before. It's baby mama culture. It's all baby mama culture.
That's what
When
it
you
is.
keep having children out of wedlock with men that you didn't properly vet, or you are not actually a good person as a woman. You see what I'm saying? So whichever one that it is baby mama culture. Because when that man don't want you or don't want to take care of the kid because he didn't want to have the kid, or so on and so forth, you develop resentment, you develop anger. Most women are so selfish that they will project their bad decisions and the person that they pick onto the child. They want the child to hate the dad too. So they're going to say things so that child can hate the dad.
Yep.
And your father didn't do this. I don't know why your father can't pick you up. Or he go pick up all his other mother. They do stuff like that because they evil. I'm serious. And I used to say it about my baby mother. It's a evilness in them. It's so because the reason why it elevates to evilness and not just that's messed up or whatever is because the level of damage that you are actually implementing on your child. You don't
Yep.
know that that is not just a one-time thing. That child will internalize that and it can affect them for the rest of
Yep.
their life. How they view men, how they view relationships.
Yes.
What I'm saying is this comes from baby mama culture. Meaning
I got a
baby
question.
mamas stop.
I,
Let me just say this last part, I promise.
uh,
If we stop as women, and I'm saying this because I think y'all should love yourself more. Like my girl said, if you start viewing yourself as valuable, you actually act like you're valuable. You
Yes.
carry yourself like you're valuable. You won't keep having children or boyfriends.
I
Okay,
got
you
a,
would actually you would think you are valuable enough to only have a child to a husband, right? That's true value. That's when you actually really value yourself, opposed to saying, "Oh, I slipped up" or whatever, this and that. Stop being baby mamas because when you raise children with a family, I'm sorry. If you consider yourself valuable, more than likely you will try to pick a better mate because you won't just quote unquote settle for anything, which would then in turn often bleed off into your offspring. You got a better man, you're a better woman, y'all have value, y'all can raise the children properly. But when you keep just opening your legs and giving babies to anybody that gets you pregnant. Anybody that gets you pregnant, and then you're mad at the outcome. Well, he's abandoning his responsibility. He shouldn't have had a baby in the first place. He shouldn't even been able to have access to you. Why are you giving him a baby? And it's because you don't look at it that way. It's because you don't value yourself. But go ahead.
okay. I have a question, but let me because new folks keep popping on. Discussions with Didi Parker. Do black women dislike black men? My
Oh yes,
question to you and Clean Clean. Clean Clean, you were raised by a single mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
where were your fathers
but I,
at?
but my
Well,
They
well, my
not baby
biological
mamas.
no,
They're
my
my
Yes,
my
they
mothers.
are baby
situation.
mamas.
Those
What
are
you
different.
mean?
No,
No.
no, look.
Single
I'll
mothers and
tell
baby
you.
mamas are two different things.
I'll
yep,
tell
You
you.
said
that's it.
what
My
is two different things?
my
A single mother
father.
and a baby
Baby
mama ain't the same
mamas
thing.
and single mothers are two different things.
Two
Do
Okay,
you
different
y'all
know the
gonna have to
things.
break.
difference?
Y'all gonna have
A
to
Single
break that
single
one
mother is
down.
mother
someone that
has
was married.
accepted that that relationship with the father isn't working. Let me raise the kid. A baby mama and got over the emotions of the relationship, so she's going to make it hard for everybody involved. That's the difference. Because now where we at in this world is bitter baby daddies now,
I'm
because they
yeah.
watched their bitter baby mamas, they bitter mamas, be a bitter
Yeah,
baby mama, and they picked up that energy, and now they're bitter baby daddies. This is
I
the
think that's partly
product
true. I think
of
that's
the
partly true.
environment in which we have now created. So this is where we at.
Yeah.
This
I
is the
think
Yep.
I think
aftermath.
baby mom. I think we're using baby mama with a dual meaning. And you're right. Baby mamas is a mentality, right? But to me, a baby mother, a single mother. I'm sorry. A baby mother is anybody that has a child outside of marriage. You're a baby mom. Uh, the dual meaning to that is also a baby mother carries this nasty ghetto hood rat mentality where
Baby
they
mama
don't
drama.
think things through, baby mama stuff.
Yeah.
Single mother to me is a woman that had a child and they divorced. They had a child under marriage and then they divorced and now
Is
they're
that your situation? Is that how your situation? Your mom and dad were married and they got a divorce?
well. Yes and no. I don't want to take credit for something. Technically, yes. My mother
Okay.
was married when they had me, but that I don't look for no points in that because he wasn't around. So you know what I'm saying? And well, they broke up when I was 3. But that's not
Okay.
even where I'm getting my definition for it from, because my biological father didn't raise me at all. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm just trying
Yo,
to make sense of what you and
and
Clinky say
well,
because
look,
you are condemning one thing, but y'all was raised by single mamas
no,
though.
no, no,
What
but
that got
check
to
it
Did
do
your
out.
with
Let me
mom
give you
talk
anything?
some.
ill on your
Oh,
dad?
oh,
Let me give you
hold on,
some
but
context.
just because my mama, hold on, let's just say this.
But your mom did a
Okay,
great job with you, no?
but okay. Well, she still would be a baby mama. It doesn't make no difference. She still would be a baby mama.
But she did a great job on you, right?
We're not measuring if they did a good job or not. We're talking about is she a baby mama?
No,
You
we
do
are
you allow on listen. 90% of men will say their mama did a good job with them. That don't mean they turned out good.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
what are you
yeah.
talking about? 90% of men, if you ask them,
But
did
you
their
turned
mama do
out
a good
good
job?
though, right?
By whose standard? By whose standard? I was a
On your
womanizer.
standard.
It depends. It depends
But
on how
look,
we
Didi,
measuring
Didi,
things. I
you
slept
can
with a lot
say
of women.
that. You can say that about him. You can say, "Oh, he turned out
Mm.
good,"
You
but
just
then
measuring
somebody else can
financial
step in and
success.
say he would have turned
Yeah.
out better if he had his father,
Yeah.
right?
It's just seeing the
So
full.
you know what I'm
No,
I get it.
saying?
It's the outcome of what it is, but yeah.
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, but you both were
Look,
raised by
Didi,
single
let me
mothers.
give you some
Single
context.
motherhood
God rest
doesn't
my
mean you're a
mother's.
bad mom.
God
No,
rest
I
my
didn't say that's
mother's.
not what I was getting at.
God rest my
So why do
mother's
you
soul.
go ahead? Let her
Her
finish.
biggest regret. I met my father when I was 15 years old.
Mm.
He didn't know I existed.
Mm.
My mother made an emotional decision when she was pregnant and
To not
left.
tell him.
And I met him when I was 15, and my mom, would tell me my biggest regret is not allowing your father to be in your life and not letting him know.
Selfish. Yeah.
So I was raised by a single mother, not because my father abandoned her, it's because he didn't know I
He didn't
existed.
know. Yeah.
So yeah, I love my mom and she did a great job. But just like
Okay.
I said with Hefe,
Right.
my father's an architect. He's a successful businessman.
Mm.
Who knows what would have happened? I didn't really get myself going financially responsibility wise until I was like 30, 31. Had I had him in my life, I might
Yeah.
have been on point when I was 21.
But you
He
Yeah.
know,
has a
D,
son. His
and I ain't
son
trying to
just
get in your business.
graduated college at 21 years old and is about to be an architect himself. When I was 21, I was in the streets.
Yeah.
But you
Mm.
don't think your mom tried to keep that man away for a reason?
No, she didn't try to keep him away for a reason. Like I told you, it's her biggest regret.
You said she made a
No, it was for a
decision.
reason. Yeah, she
Yeah,
kept him
she made
away
a decision.
intentionally.
Yeah.
She kept
No,
him
it
away
wasn't.
intentionally.
No. It wasn't like he was a bad guy or nothing. She
No,
was
no,
in
no, 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 no,
college.
no. It wasn't in a negative way. We're
Yeah,
saying that your mom made a selfish decision, saying, I just want to raise this child by myself. I'm not going to include the father. Whether he's good or bad, I'm not including him at all. I'm gonna have this little boy to myself.
exactly. And that's what my son's
Right.
mother attempted, but I wouldn't allow it.
Mm.
And so that's why
Right.
I always say, look, put your children at a young age in therapy, right? Because I did that with my son, and guess
Yeah.
what came up in therapy? How much his mother talks about me.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
Mm.
It
And a
happens a
lot of
lot though.
people won't know because these children get indoctrinated. They get brainwashed because mom is a queen in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? They
Exactly. And
don't
they love
know.
mommy too.
Yeah, they love mama, but the truth is that there's a such thing as like indoctrination, and like you do set a child up to grow up villainizing men,
Yeah.
villainizing fathers, villainizing masculinity,
Yeah.
villainizing these qualities, villainizing discipline,
Yep.
villainizing strictness. Like people grow up villainizing and stuff because they have somebody in their ear telling them that it was bad.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying earlier, yeah, our environment does dictate a lot, But you gotta, at some point, whether you 20, 25 years old, at some point, you gotta realize, okay, my environment was this, but the right way to go is this. And then start heading that way. I can't be 50 years old still on the block and justifying it by saying, well, shit, I grew up in the hood. All I seen was my uncle serving dope. No, like you, like Fa said, you got to weed out the weak in that point. They used to do that like in ancient Japan and stuff like that. If a child was weak, you out of here. We
Yeah.
trying to build strong military, strong civilization, strong communities. They used to weed out the weak. So all I'm saying is like you got to understand that, and
Yeah, but
we got to
everybody's
understand that in our
not like
community.
you, and that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Everybody's mind does not
They
think
should
like
die.
you. No,
And they
it
should
does,
die.
huh?
No, they should die.
Oh, anyway,
Hefe
let me
I
just
read
keep
want
these
to
telling you.
comments
execute
because we
people.
got a
No,
lot of
I'm just
comments.
saying. I think you putting too much emphasis. We have to remember it's a sink or swim, a swim or sink world that we live in.
Hmm.
Period. It's not fair that a lot of conditions that Black people are endure in America are born into in America. Is that do we get to just say, well, some of us are able to overcome and some of us aren't? Well, the ones that aren't will die. I'm not saying it
It's
because I
not. I
want it
wish
to be
it.
that way.
I wish it was that
I'm
easy.
saying that,
Because yeah,
but
That's
there's
what I
that's the
don't like.
reality.
yeah. I
That's
would
just
say
the reality.
death to all women beaters.
Because we're the ones
Uh,
who raised the black boys to be black men, and now they're being hated. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's
Now they
what
raised
bothers
those
me.
black
That
boys to be black
if I'm a
boys.
mother that birthed a black child, and then now y'all saying y'all hate my child because he's a man, that makes my heart hurt.
all
When
right, I
I
got
But
did
some.
I
everything I
Hold
could to
on.
raise this black man. So why do we do that? Because again, that's projection. What
Hold
is
go
on.
it
ahead.
so bad that black men do that black women hate them for?
Hold on. Let me read
We
this.
don't do everything they tell us. We go
We
ahead.
got comments. Yeah, hold on. We got comments. Harlem Knight said,
They want.
so we are really saying women can't control their emotions because we went, yeah.
Yes.
With Trump in office, Super Pat said, LOL. Ladies, is this true? Mama said most women don't then. Harlem Knight said, so did Esther not lead? And Mama said, this country is in shit and a man is in power. Harlem Knight said, Queen Esther, Naomi, women can lead from a certain posture. We are all vessels. Super Pat said attacking women won't do anything but put them on the defense. Must work together to encourage each other. I like that answer, Super Pat. Exactly, Mama
I
said.
disagree with that. I
Harlem
don't
Knight
believe
said, Harlem Knight said, y'all sound like some women haters. Sounds like y'all are saying all of this is women's fault. Marriage does not guarantee a woman won't be a single mother. And
it's
Mama
so
said, stop.
stupid.
And Mama said, stop it, healing her. You give them men
Man,
a
it's
pass.
just-
Hold them accountable as well. And Mama said, why are only black women called baby mamas? And Mama said, what gives you the right to say if they weak, they should die because it's someone's eye, FA and clean clean. Y'all can be called weak. Tasha said, wow, I have a lot to say. It was something that my great grandparents taught me. Let me rant this
No,
about 4 to 5 minutes. Come
and
on,
look,
girl.
we not calling. I'm not saying they weak, they should die. What I'm saying is
F that shit.
society. No, what I'm saying is society will weed them out. The economy will weed them out. It ain't
the
like, oh, we
judicial
go and blow
system
everybody who
will
we
weed them
head off.
out.
No, the world will weed them out because if you're not strong, this is a dog eat dog world. You
Sink
know what I'm
or
saying?
swim. That's what I just said.
Yeah. So that's what
They're
I'm
not
saying.
listening. What happens is, and this is it's unfortunate because you can tell the. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm really not, right? Because I'm not. But you can just tell the men that's been influenced by women, because when they resemble women in how they hear things. I just said I don't want nobody to die. That's what I said. Now I may say it bluntly. Say, well, they just will die. I just say, I don't want anybody to die. But all I'm saying is the world will weed them out and they will die. They will get hooked on drugs. They will go to jail. They will whatever. And they won't be productive citizens. That's not my desire. I'm not out here wishing that. That's the outcome. That's just the world we live in. I've said that. So it's, to me, I think we masculinity is so foreign to a lot of men these days You know what I mean? It's so even masculinity is for them because they was raised by women. So
That's
even
exactly why we
masculinity
put
seems weird to them when they,
feminine men.
oh, y'all sound like y'all hate women. Where do I say? Where do it sound like I hate women? And what part did I say? Because I don't believe that they should be leaders. That means I hate them
Who
because I don't
said
think
that
that
you hated them? Oh, she did. Wait, let
who
me get it
said
back
it?
up. Harlem
No,
Night said, oh, she said y'all sound like women haters.
right.
Sounds like
So why
y'all are
do
saying,
women get to be man haters, but we're trying to tell y'all what it is, and then they'll that's the whole thing now. Emotions is right now. Anything that Hefe say to offend you, why is it offending you so bad? What he said. What is he saying that is wrong?
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Let's not talk in generalities. Let's get specific.
Yeah,
Hey,
seriously.
Coach, you
Because
just
this is
said
what we'll
this. This
do.
means you're a woman hater. You just said because I don't believe women should be in leadership roles. That means you're a woman hater. Say that if that's what you believe.
And
okay.
that's not even the case because this is the thing. When women are in position, whether they're bosses or whatever, and they haven't reflected in themselves. I've worked with women bosses who thought they were all that and then some because they let their title entitle them to how they mistreat their employees
Mm.
because something didn't go right in their life, bringing their problems from home to work and making everybody suffer in there. When I had men bosses, we got the work done. That was it. We came to work to get the work done and we got out of there on time.
Let
When
me
you
ask
have
your mom this
women,
question right now.
they
Let me
come
ask your
in with
mom.
emotions and we don't know what work day we going to have. So again,
Let,
Mm.
I was
let
raised
me
by a
ask your
mother,
mama's
a
question right now.
woman, and my dad, when he came home, what he said went. With my mom, whatever emotion she was dealing with that day, we had to endure. My dad was straight, either funny or strict. Those are the only two things I got from my daddy. A strict man or a funny man. With my mom, today might not be the day to, you see what I'm saying? So emotions, I know what they are.
Let me
I
answer
am
the
a woman
question for her
who
mom
can
because I
get
know what she
emotional.
gonna say. Let me tell you, she gonna say this. Well, we got a leader right now who's not doing good. She's not
That's what they
saying
said.
watch this though. We're not saying simply being a man equals a good leader. We're saying that the leadership role should be filled by a man. It doesn't mean that every man will be a good leader. That's not what I said. I just said the leadership role should be filled by a man. It's just that simple. That's all that we're saying. Not that every oh look, we got a bad leader right now. Yeah, there's gonna be some bad leaders even in the men, but it still should be a man. That's all we're saying naturally. You know what I mean?
Mama said Fa said it, so stop making excuses. She said, no, you actually did say they should die. Super Pat said, LOL.
I did
Nuvo,
say
I'm so
that.
sorry. Welcome Discussions, Dee Dee Parker.
I said they
With
should
Dee Dee
die. I didn't say I
Parker.
want them to die. Go ahead.
Welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We are chatting about a good conversation about do black women dislike black men? Mama said bashing women don't make you a stronger man. She said, let's start. And he said weak men should die, not he. Now he's saying he didn't say it. Let's talk about why FA has a problem with women.
I said that. Okay.
He's bitter towards all women because he made a baby. Super Pat said so.
It'd be
What
funny to me.
so Super Pat said so. What's y'all take on Clarence Thomas, strong black man?
Hold on, but now
No,
let me address all these allegations first.
he's
So
worse
I
than a
never because we can't
baby
just skip
mama.
over to the end. We're gonna say this. Never said I want them to die. I said that they should die. Made it very clear. I said it's a sink or swim world that we live in. I don't know if y'all brain can comprehend the analogy that I'm trying to make. You know what I mean? I'm not personally attached to this conversation. Okay, I don't want anybody to die. I don't know. It doesn't make me no ifs ands or buts either way, right? What I'm saying is trying to. Men usually can understand this. We're diving directly to the point. What I'm trying to say is life is not fair. And it doesn't matter that you have a little boo boo, or your mama wasn't a good mom, or your dad wasn't a good mom. I'm giving it to
His
you
excuses.
raw. Life is unfair, and it's either you're gonna live and persevere, or you're going to die. You're gonna get eaten. Okay, that's what I said. Should they die? In the world in the way the world is set up today, yes, they should die because that's just how it is right now. Do I want them to die? Do I want them to be weak? No. I want you to overcome. I want you to endure. I want you to be like clean, clean. See what I'm saying? I want you to be like myself. I come from them same harsh conditions, right? I want you to be able to overcome. I'm just not going to continue to make
That's
excuses,
perseverance.
or I'm not going to always talk about the exception. Well, what about? Well, what about? Of course, me and Clean Clean both have friends in our friend group that did not overcome their circumstances, right?
Yeah,
Still live at home with their mama and they
yeah,
40 years old to this
yeah,
day. Got a bunch of kids with a bunch of different women. They don't take
yeah,
care of none of them. We have all of those circumstances. And guess what? He's a weak man. It doesn't matter that
yeah.
he's my friend.
Because he didn't have self control.
He's a weak man. He was not stepping up and doing his job. So I don't understand special women, but I get it because most of us have been raised by single mothers. So all we do is kind of project what women say. You know what I mean? Oh, we identify things like how a woman would. But when you're around masculine men, when I'm on a basketball court and I fuck up, they yell and scream. Why the fuck would you do? What was you doing? Why didn't you get out? Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. They don't come at me in this. A woman response would be, "Oh, my coach hates me. Why are they talking to me like that or something like that?" He wants to like, what is this sensitive? This sensitivity is it's a little.
We
It's
so
alarming when I hear
sensitive,
it
huh?
from men. It's like, damn. Okay,
Men
you probably was
sensitive
raised by a
too.
woman. Yeah,
Everybody
but
be sensitive.
no, but it's usually when they raised by women. It's usually a sign they were raised by a single mother. That's usually identifier. Not, and I'm not trying to insult. I'm trying to the men on the line. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that I don't think anything that I said projects as I hate women. I'm okay with you thinking that though. You know what I mean? As long as my position was said clearly, if you walked away with you feeling like I hate women, I'm cool. Fair enough. I hate them. Good for you.
Yeah, if you married with a family, you can think whatever you want. I won in life, like you know what I'm saying. I got a
Well, I
woman.
guess
I got
I
like
guess
I don't hate my woman. Shit, like
But I guess I don't. In one breath, clink clink. I feel you. In one breath, I'm also doing this podcast because I do want to make us better. So I'm not trying to just go in here and saying like, "Fuck, it, okay, whatever y'all walk away with, it is what it is." Because that's not necessarily my goal. But I know that I have the Kevin Samuels approach where it's just not pleasant to some, and it will not be received. You know what I mean? So they can lean on y'all for the nicer stuff. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying the
No,
men
you
that's
speak
hearing
for
Oh,
this,
some people
okay.
can't, because this is the thing with the truth. It don't always sound lovely, but it's the truth.
mm,
Because what if we was in a role reversal and we say all men hate women? It would be
Well, we talked
everybody
about
on
that
here
before.
saying, huh?
I said we've talked about that before. Black
And what
men.
happened? Were the
I
women
forgot. That was a
saying,
good
what were they
conversation right there
saying?
too.
What was
No,
the
that was
women's?
no, it was a good conversation. I mean, it's
no, she
already.
was at what was the overall return from women? Do
Oh, oh,
women
oh, oh.
believe
Of that, I mean, nothing
the
like
women
this.
were saying that we hate them? That's what they
Yeah,
were saying.
like y'all are saying we hate you guys.
No. I never said that. I said you have been conditioned to hate us from day one. I don't believe you intrinsically
I
hate
was
us.
never
No, no,
conditioned.
no, no. You may
Oh,
not know that you are. I'm saying your environment, the women that you're around, a lot of these single mothers, a lot of these women that don't have a man that desires them more than just for their body. See what I'm saying? These women get tired too. They want to find women want love too.
I
When they
need
can't get
love.
love, and when they can't get love, they start to get bitter and angry. You see what I'm saying? And then what they do is misery likes company. So then they'll start teaching the younger generation, well, don't ever tolerate this, don't ever do this, da 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 da. Bad experience after bad experience. Look at all these men. They're not even embarrassed, but they'll say, look at all these men I had babies with, and none of them married me. Don't they don't say don't make the same mistake that I make. They say these niggas ain't shit. Look, they don't take care of their kids, and then you be like, well, why the fuck you have all these kids? But they project it. So whether you realize it or not, the environment, love and hip hop, TV,
Oh,
all
well,
of
I
it,
hate
it
that
just
show. I
it's
hate
not.
Zeus Network.
But
I
DD,
hope
it
they
ain't
shut that
about you.
network
I'm
down.
trying to make. I'm making a point of when young black girls grow up seeing how hate is projected, whether they realize it or not. It is projected for you to dislike us. It is because we're the enemy. We have to
Well,
prove
it ain't
ourselves.
just you, because I said
Well,
that earlier.
I'm
I
glad.
mean,
Well, I'm glad that you're acknowledging that it is. Yeah. So it's
yeah, it ain't just y'all. Trust me.
well, right, but the conversation
Yeah.
wasn't about others. It was just
I know.
us.
I get it. I get it.
Right,
Yeah, I'm not
right,
gonna do the Charles. Right. I'm not gonna get out of.
right.
Yeah, I'll bring it
So,
back.
and I'm just saying, I don't think black women want to hate us like naturally. They have been conditioned to hate us. They've been conditioned to second guess. Don't believe them. They all dogs. They all players. They all woman beaters. They all bad with money. They all alcoholics. They all something. They this, they that. They just bad. And B, you gotta be very cautious of men. And they're dangerous. You see what I'm saying? We ain't taught that. We are taught to watch out for certain type of women. Yeah, man, there's certain type of women out here that do that X, Y, Z, but we don't have a general overview of women saying these are bad people. No, we don't think that. We just know that in life that once we need to stay away from them. So some
Let
women,
me let,
sometimes it's our own moms.
let me
Yeah.
ask y'all a question though. Which gender do you think is more prone to thinking that they can change their lover?
Women,
Woman, of course.
Women, right?
Yeah.
women.
So if you think about it, let we talk about accountability for both sides. Let's put a little bit more accountability into what we're attracted to, right? For instance, just give an example. Let's say I'm attracted to big booty strippers, right? I love them. I love their body. They got big booties. They whatever, right? Like, but every time I'm messing with these big booty strippers, I get cheated on. All they want is my money. They be lying. Is all women ain't shit, or is it the thing that I'm attracted to isn't shit, right?
Yo,
So it's the same thing with women. Like a lot of times, and a lot of men
mm-hmm.
can speak for this.
Yep.
Growing up, women they do like bad boys,
They
dudes with
said
a
I
little
want a
more
bad
edge.
boy, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what is a bad boy?
you know what I'm saying? So,
Man,
and
talk
most
to be
dudes will tell
accountable.
you in their journey and growing up, it wasn't until they hardened up that they start getting more girls and more respect from women. But when they was the nice guy, they was getting shitted on, and they was getting called boring and lame and all that. So the thing is like I think we also got to take more into account of what we attracted to. I think a lot of the dudes that would love and cherish a woman, most women ain't attracted to those guys.
Nah,
They attracted to the dude that got money, that's tall, handsome, that got swag, that got but that guy is the big booty stripper equivalent of the example I gave
Yeah,
you a lot of times.
a low moral individual. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
time. The person that I was. That's what I said earlier. I said, growing without a father, it had effects on me. I became a young, promiscuous young boy, thinking that my value or my masculinity was measured by how many women I could be with. That
Hmm.
was something I had to learn later. Like, no, that's not what make you a man. But when you grow up without a father, you think that. 'Cause that's what the
Mm.
streets tell you. The streets tell you, oh, you the man. You got so and so, you the man. You got the man. So you want that value, keep doing it, right? On top of it, not feeling good. So I'm not. We have effects. We have effects when the boys, the men have effects too. It's just, and bitter men are created too. We're not denying that bitter men are created too. Y'all think that?
At least you took you okay. You okay.
Yeah, I told y'all in the past. I was a bitter baby dad, but let me tell you the difference. I'm giving you an insight on how I was in the inside. That's not how I projected on the outside though. Because I
Yeah.
still was in my child life. I still did for my daughter's mom, providing extras. See what I'm saying? You know why? And all the while hating her. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Feeling bitter in the inside, but what I presented to the world was not bitterness, right? You know what I presented? What I believed accountability was, because I laid down with a rat. And now I'm mad. I got a little rat. See
Ah!
what I'm saying?
Stop it!
See what
That's
I'm
your
saying?
song. Don't
Just,
do
no, no, I'm just talking shit. I love my daughter, but what I'm saying is, I laid
that.
down with a rat. Now I'm upset at myself. I'm upset with her. I'm upset because of some of the lies that she told in the midst of all of that. I'm upset with it all. But at the end of the day, the baby here.
Yeah. She
Ain't
here.
nothing I can do with it. So don't confuse bitterness with me acknowledging that she's a rat. Because then you're going to be like, I'm like, no, no, she's still a rat. Don't get it twisted. No, no, no. That would never change. She's a rat. She's a low level woman. And I slept with a rat. You know what I mean? My lack of
Yep.
discipline and my lack of self worth made me believe that just sleep, I could sleep with anybody, right? And she was a rat. And I came out with my outcome. Being accountable is still taking care of your children.
Yeah.
Because just because I call a spade don't now make me bitter. You know what I mean? No, no, she's still a rat. What the fuck? She can't be a rat. Was that impossible? You know why? Because you're a rat.
It kind of
That's
sounds
why
a
I
little
bought. But
better
no,
though.
what?
I
No,
think
no.
kind of sounds a little bit better. Just
It
a little
makes the women no, but because most women are rats. Meaning, like, because most of our black women are okay with baby mamas, and I believe you're a rat if you're a baby mother. I'm not saying literally that you're a rat. I'm using that word in a dual meaning too. What I'm just saying is you have you think low of yourself and you have children out of marriage. I believe that you are more worthy than becoming a baby mother. I think you're more valuable than that. I think a man, I think you owe it to yourself. I
Mm.
think you owe it to your family. And I think you owe it to your husband for him to have your first child and you not to give that away to anybody. So it's when I'm insulting you by
No,
saying this person
I
is
like
a
how
rat.
you. I like the
No,
roaches
no, no.
and
I
calling
call
them
the
is
girls a
nice.
rat. No, 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 no. No, because
Besides
I
that
know
part.
I'm being raw. I'm saying, but it's out of love. I'm not saying it because I want you to be a rat. I'm saying I want you to view yourself as more than a rat. You can't help yourself. You're a rat. Your mom was a rat. And I get
Would
it. It's
no
just
no
all
no
you
no no
know.
no no no? Would you think your mom would be a rat if she had children out of wedlock? Would you say that
Yeah.
about your own mother?
Yes. 100%. If she was out here having kids by different men outside of marriage, she's a rat too.
Oh my
It
goodness! Hold
don't
on,
it
let me
don't
bring some of
change.
these.
It don't change because it's my mom. How about this? It'd be my sister too. She
Yeah.
got lucky. She got lucky. I didn't speak to my sister for a whole year because she had a baby. My sister was the number one basketball player in Maryland. Went to college for free, right, on a basketball scholarship. Graduated magna cum laude and get pregnant by a nigga that work at Jiffy Lube. Had a baby
Oh.
at 22 because it was a little high school sweetheart. I said, you're better than this. He's never going to be more than whatever. He's the bad boy that she liked. And he was older, right? I was like, you can don't have this kid. You're going to regret it. Don't have this fucking baby. I ain't talked to my sister for a year. She had the baby. She was alright. Got lucky that a good man married her. Look, got lucky. He got extremely lucky. No, I'm not exaggerating. I feel the same way about my wife. She got lucky that a good man married her. You got a baby.
Okay,
You
let
got
me read some.
lucky.
Hold on, because you. Let me read these comments. Mama said, "I overcome my circumstance, and it didn't break me, make me emotional or be bitter towards men." She said, "I don't hate men or
Mhm.
women." Super bad is laughing. Tasha said, "Yes, Fa, that was part of what I had to say. The assault on traditional Black love and Black family has torn them apart. It's deeper
Mhm.
rooted than just hormonal women." I was trying to
True
let
that.
you in, Tasha, but I think I got too many people on. Mama said, "So call her a rat because not all women are her."
There we go. All again. Everything is just all with mom. All. Everything. Nothing can be true unless everybody does it, right? It's just like Jesus Christ. Can we work with the majority? Let me ask you this: I say all NBA players cheat. People say no, not all NBA. What I'm saying is the overwhelming majority of men that have money, especially when they come into millions of dollars at 21 and 22 years old, are usually not going to be faithful. That's just what it is, man. I mean, well, yes, you may find one Russell Wilson, right? You know what I mean? I'm sure, I just can't wait till the cheating scandal come out on him because y'all ain't gonna have nothing after that. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing
Because
new
That's
with
a
that on
fact.
that little
y'all
beard.
whole
That's a
life on
fact.
him. You know what I'm saying?
He
But
ain't the
but but
only one. Steph Curry's a good man. That's a good
I
man,
believe it.
Ghana.
I think a lot. LeBron James. But listen, but how we define good is differently. But the point is, all I'm saying is,
That's a good
try.
Christian man. Don't do that.
I'm sure, great. And Christian man fuck up too. I'm a Christian too, and I struggle every day. But the point is,
See my face,
all I
FA?
was saying, I'm just saying, stop looking at the world through such a narrow lens that, I'm talking about majority of men. I'm just saying majority of men. Majority of men that may have millions of dollars usually don't sleep with one woman. That's it.
No, that's the truth. That's a fact. You gotta think about it. Think about it like this: what's the most important things in life, right? It's food, shelter, resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing in life, and it's also the hardest thing to obtain in life. If a man fights his way into the top 1% of humans, most humans, we give in to temptation. We ain't
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Like a lot of these dudes, they not working their whole life to get access to all these resources and not gonna exercise it. Yeah, most now when you catch these dudes, they 40, they 50 years old, they
And
ready
want to
to
slow
kind of
down.
chill. But if a dude is 28 years old and he got money and he got whips and he got cribs and he in the gym and he do, but that dude is not about to just settle with you.
And
This
clean,
this
I
the
clean.
mean, they
truth.
get
And
they
clean
And
most
too.
of
look,
them
They
are
lying.
married
it's the
though.
same thing in reverse for women. A lot of women got the
They
curse of
young.
beauty. A lot of these baddies, when
Yeah.
they
Yes.
23, 24, and they get invited to every yacht party and every album release party, and they not about to be faithful to Poindexter over there.
Or anybody. Or anybody. I ask these women, these hypocrites, or ask mom, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna believe that you'll be honest. How about this? If your girl got cheated on by a nigga that work at Jiffy Lube, and she said she wasn't happy, would you tell him to leave? Would you suggest to her that she should leave? Or if your daughter with an NBA player that just signed $100 million contract, and he cheated on her, would you then tell her to leave too?
Yeah. Anyway,
Right.
I'm gonna let her answer. Mama said most women are not rats. It's the women you choose, like Clean said.
Oh, black women
And
are. And I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that all.
you
Well, I'm
can't
not going.
come
No, no, no.
on.
I'm not going to say most. Maybe that's the wrong word. What I'm saying is we have a rat culture in our community. That's all that I'm saying. We have
They
we have
promoted
a rat culture, a part of
promiscuity.
our right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
proudly. I'm saying naturally, our culture has been infested with violence,
Mm,
shooting people,
mm-hmm.
and baby mamas that sleep with everybody, have a bunch of kids with a bunch of different niggas, women, womanizers, imps, and everything that's glorified, that's fucked up is glorified in our community. It is. Everything that's
Sexy
actually
Red
fucked
is a
up is glorified.
multi-platinum artist.
I know.
So, so that's what I'm
Sexy
talking about
Red
my
is a
community.
multi-platinum artist, and there's a reason why. And you can guess who her fan base is, right? Like,
Who
Yeah.
we
Exactly.
talking about?
Sexy
Sexy
red.
Red,
Oh
still
God.
rapper. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's a multi-platinum
How
artist.
about
That's
this?
not an
Cardi
artist
B.
that came
Okay,
out
Cardi
and
B.
people were like, "Ew,
Well, let
she's
me ask y'all
bad."
this question: who promotes that crap? Be
Same.
honest.
Who you think promoted Uncle Luke? Who you think promote
The
it? Like
pop
that.
that
That's
coochie culture, huh? And I told y'all, cause here in
Yeah.
Atlanta, what did they used to have?
Freaknik.
Freakly.
Freaknik.
Freaking naked, freaking
Right.
Yeah.
naked. Half of them babies came from the freak nicks.
And you know
And
what
you
Have
go,
y'all
happened?
seen them videos?
Oh
is
yeah.
that
Oh
not
yeah.
We
our
The,
saw
the,
the
the
culture?
They look
video.
like
documentary.
they was very wholesome in
But
those
isn't
videos.
that our culture? Ain't that our culture? Don't we have to
Yes,
take the
this
bad
is
with the
the
good?
aftermath.
Yes,
See,
you can.
nobody wants to talk this truth. If you were a part of that shit, excuse my language, you
Yeah.
can't be a part of this conversation saying, "Oh, we see." It's always us that we can't be the problem and the solution. That's
There
the
we
truth
go.
in it.
There we go.
So if we know us as females, if we don't respect ourselves, because I don't think Dee Dee's going outside naked. I don't. I
No.
don't think you're going out there like that. Every time I see you at events, you're dressed with modesty.
Thank
Your
Mm-hmm.
you.
mama raised you well. These
Mm-hmm.
young women are walking around in sexy
Nothing.
lingerie
See,
in
Oh,
the
Nothing.
public
Yeah.
where they want to be respected and loved and wifed. Make it
Yeah.
make sense, because when you don't love yourself, how do you expect a man can see you too? So they saying if my wife comes out here showing all her goods to everybody, how is she respecting me as a man? So
yeah.
again, we want to be respected, but we don't
Or they'll
respect
blame men.
ourselves. We don't love ourselves enough to
Or
say
they'll
these are the
blame
things I
men.
want.
Or they'll
yeah.
blame men when I see a half naked woman and I say, I can't wait to have sex with her. Then they'll
The
say
lust
these
in you.
women. I'm looking at a woman that is selling sex. When I only view her as sex, then now black men don't like women more than sex. I don't like you more than sex because all you do is present sex. I don't want my wife to present sex. You're not wife-like. My wife don't dress
Yep.
like that. People I want to sleep with dress like that. People that want me to leave $200 on their counter dress like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being 100. So, but then those same women will button up their shirt one day, put on a nice little prep girl, and get
And
on
go
here
to
talking
church.
about,
Go to
oh
church.
no, no,
Don't
no,
forget
forget the
church.
no, forget the church part.
Don't
They'll
forget
go on
church.
these podcasts, right? I don't got a problem with church because church is a hospital, but people they'll go to
Church
these
is a hospital,
podcasts.
so they
They'll
should
go
be
to
there.
these right. They'll go to these podcasts and they'll put on these good girl modest outfits now and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, these men just want to have sex. No, when you was projecting sex, those men just wanted sex from you. You see what I'm saying? Now you want to, in your later years, wear more modest clothes and then now have what they call residuous history. You don't really remember how you were carrying yourself for 10 years before that. Now you just looking at the end like, well, I'm looking for somebody serious now. You missed your opportunity. Go
And
And you
on
know
Mo
what's
now.
is
crazy?
Mo
In the
is women our
early,
age too, Mo. Because I seen this
Oh, I
lady. I
know,
went to this
honey.
award
I
show.
didn't put an age on it.
Yeah,
that's a
I went to
fact.
this award show, and this lady had this sheer top on, and she had the little nipple things, and I was like, "Baby girl, for
We
real?
could
This is
see
an
you.
award
But
That's
show."
the
look, check
virgin.
it out. In the early '90s, I don't know if y'all remember this. In the beginnings of gangster rap, it was a beat. It was a big thing between Tupac and Dolores Tucker.
Oh
And
yeah, I remember that. Hell yeah, I
Dolores
remember that.
Tucker, she called it. She said, if we allow this gangster rap and we don't censor it, it will set our community back. It will become a cultural norm down the line, and it'll set us back. And all the gangster rap, everybody's like, no man, she trying to censor us. This the
Yeah,
hood, da
I
da da.
remember that.
But she kind of predicted it, like, cause Dolores Tucker was against Uncle Luke, against Dr. Dre, Tupac,
Yeah,
and all of them, Ice T, all that. She was trying to say, yo, if we allow this to be our genre of music and identify with it, it will become our culture. She
Yeah, that's
called
true.
it. That's
I love
crazy.
Tupac.
I
But you're
love
right.
Pac.
But you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're
But
right.
Tupac has said, I'm only 25, y'all, so these are only an immature 25-year-old. Now, if he was
Yeah.
50, he
Yeah,
would
but
say, I was dumb back then,
the
like how
problem is
Hefe,
he was more
he just
powerful at
admitted to his
25 at
past.
50.
Yeah.
He would be probably saying all the stuff is right,
But
but
the
he wouldn't be
damage would have been
promoting it
done.
more.
But the damage would have been done already. You feel me?
No, he was trying to go a different path
No, no, no,
at
no.
that.
I'm not nuts.
Oh,
I'm not talking about Tupac personally. I'm
oh,
just
okay.
saying the fact that the things that he was that what hip hop was projecting at the time, they were leaning on. This is what their argument was. These are my circumstances. I'm just talking about my life. This is how
Yeah,
I came up. Yeah, I
yeah,
get where they're coming from. What she's saying, that may be true. But the poison that's going to breed from that is
yeah.
going to affect us for she had foresight for the
Mhm.
next generation. It don't matter that you young and saying it right now. I get it. You're young and you're dumb. You don't know that this
But
is going
she
to
should have said
penalize
it
us
in a
later.
better way. The
No, no,
thing I
maybe.
think
Of
with us,
course.
we have
Of
to
course.
talk to our children instead of ridiculing them and saying, hey, because Tupac wasn't raised like he was raised by a mama, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They're
So
crackhead, yeah.
everything he do ain't gonna be the right way, but
I agree.
at
I
least
agree.
he was trying. Dolores, if she's an elder, she should have sat him down, baby. This the
I
way
think
we
it was a
should go.
mix of
Instead,
generations too.
she
Yeah.
went behind it and went straight to the Congress, I think. So
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
how we do it. We never want to talk to the babies and say, baby, because I know I'm a church kid. When we was not doing right in the church, it was the
You think it
elders
would
that
have
would
changed?
come,
Let me honest. You think
baby.
it would have made a difference? You think it would have made a difference? You think that they would have stopped talking gangster rap? That shit was so
Yes,
much
because
money.
again,
Oh
the
no,
way
that
you said, when I would have told, if I was Dolores Tucker, I would have told Tupac, baby, you a good man, love yourself, don't promote this because it will be a future blow up.
just
But
don't think that they would
if
have been
you
mature
talk
enough
like
to do it.
I hate you because you talking this, he ain't gonna want to listen.
I
So
get
again,
that. I get it. But
it
what
was
I'm
just the
saying is
way
she
her
was right.
delivery. Again, if we want this to work, we have
We
to
do.
be able to talk to each other. We
Mhm.
can't say all women are this, all
Yeah,
men are
yeah,
this.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have
for
to
sure.
agree, what are we doing wrong being a woman? What are we doing wrong in being a
Being
man?
a
And
man, yeah,
fix
yeah.
that problem because
Yeah.
the future
And
depends
stop
on it.
saying and stop saying this. And men do it too. And
And
then
you
women
know
and
what,
women do it
Efe?
too.
The thing that I did like that you said was instead of influencing and saying, "Oh, these men ain't ish," they should be, "Hey." This is what happened to me. This is my story. Don't end up
Mm,
like me. Be better
right.
than me. Find you a
Yeah,
husband. Get married. So I
that's
get that
right.
part. Yeah, I get that part.
Don't be a baby daddy. You know what I mean? Even though I don't think we control, I ain't gonna go down that road. But just saying, I teach men. It was a very costly experience, and I'm going. And when I'm talking to the men, I'm saying, hey, listen, your children deserve the same mom. They deserve to have one household. This is what your children. You deserve it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't talk about. Don't do this because it's expensive. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. I never bring up how raggedy my baby mother is. I'm talking about teaching them. And me and my baby mother tight now, so I need to probably stop calling her raggedy. But the point is, I'm talking about at the time that we wasn't. See what I'm
You're
saying? But what I'm saying is, I'm teaching the next generation of men, not talking about how she did me wrong, how she
okay.
lied to
Good.
me, how she did this, how she tricked me, how she did this. All I'm saying is, fuck all that. Don't you get yourself in a situation where you end up putting that decision in her hands because it's going to be costly. It's going you breaking you're going to end up having households that are separate because children may live in this house and your children deserve to live in the same house. So my perspective is going to come from bettering the man. My big issue with the women, I don't hear these baby mamas saying, "Hey, listen, don't have all these baby daddies like I do." I don't hear them
Because they
promoting.
too busy saying what you just said. This is the truth, Didi, and you know it's the truth. Do we as women hold ourselves accountable when things don't go right in our life? Do we say, damn, Monica, how did you participate in that foolishness? No, we say, girl, look what
It
you
was
did to
all
me
him.
again.
Let me tell you what he did, Momo, to me. That
And all I had was dudes telling
wait,
me,
Momo.
don't.
That's what we
All I
do.
had was dudes
We
telling
want to
me,
project.
don't fuck up like them. Don't you know what, bro? When I was in the streets, then I got locked up, and then they not. I think in adolescence maybe they blame other people, but once they gain perspective, dudes will tell you straight up. Like I'm that type of person. I think pretty much everything that ever went wrong in my life is my fault.
I do too.
That's just my
I do
reflex. That's
too.
my
Yeah.
natural reflex. Even when I get scammed or something, I'll be like, man, I
Yep.
should have knew. Like
Yep.
that's damn my
Yep.
dumb ass. Next time I'm gonna do this. Like I don't my mind just don't work that way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
So that's why when I come
DD.
across people whose mind work that way, it's always so interesting to me. It's almost like, damn, yo, like how have you been allowed to live a life of always feeling like something's somebody else's
A
fault? Like, how do you
victim,
get there?
victim mentality.
Yeah.
It's like a
I'm with
That's
victim
you.
what they are,
complex.
victims. Because
I play.
people
Epic, you
play
gotta
them.
go.
No,
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Didi.
People play onto that victim. I know so many people that are pessimistic, behave everything they do is negative. And
Passive
so I'm like,
aggressive.
that's
Oh.
the reason why you have negative outcomes in your life, because you choose to start it off negative and then say, whoa, me. I'm like, but you started all of
Yeah.
it. So we get these delusional people, and I'm not putting a gender, delusional people, male and female, who will delusionally dream up this illusion of what they want, and when it don't work out in their way, that
Somebody
person
else
is
is
the
to
bad
blame.
guy. But
Yeah.
that's a
Somebody else is to blame.
delusion. You're
Yep.
assuming that they're going to be this magical person, and you can't make a person change. They have to want to see it, be the change that they want to see, but you can't rush somebody to change. You're supposed to love them regardless. So that's unconditional. So I think a lot of people paint up a wrong picture of the image that they think they should have, and that person then pan out. Then they mad at the world and take it out on the world, and then blame all these on the one gender that they was doing it all for. That's
DD,
not
you
cool
agree
to
with
me.
that? Do you agree with that?
I
I'm saying,
agree with both
no,
of
no.
what you
Did you
said
agree with
too.
Clean Clean? You
Yeah,
agree with Clean Clean?
absolutely. Because I was just
So
thinking
you,
about my situation and what happened to me, and I didn't. I immediately was like, "Damn!" And I told my mom, I was like, "What did I do wrong? Like, why? What did I do to deserve this? Like,
Nothing.
why is this happening to me?" So I'm like you, clean. I take full responsibility for
So
things
do
that
you
I
now?
not even in my control, but it's somehow my fault. So
Oh, so do you that with when I said earlier, if a woman gets pregnant, it's her fault?
we're not having this discussion
No,
today.
I'm just it's
We're
it
not
happened to
having this discussion.
yourself. Happened to you. You did it
I
to
think it
yourself.
takes two people to make a baby.
It take one person to be a single mom.
Mm.
Okay then. I mean, I ain't got no response. You right. You ain't lying. It takes one person. I don't
You
know.
know what happened when that stick go in the hole? Beep beep.
I just think because there are men like my brother who I talked about, and his first baby mama um did some nasty evil ish to keep my nephew away from him, moved to a whole nother state, and then tried to get him in trouble with the police or whatever. And that's how she was able to move out of state. And then he wasn't able to see his son without proper visitation. So he had to pay like $250, $300 every time he wanted to see his son. And that adds up to eventually, it was like he couldn't even talk to his son on the phone. So it was like, well, when he turns 18, then, he'll come and find me. I mean, we have seen him since he's turned a teenager, but still not growing up with my nephew. It's crazy. So I understand there's some, and she's not black, so there are bitter baby mamas out there.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to think like the once you have a child, depending on the type of man you have a child with, like for me, like my son is my world. So in a sense, the only way you can hurt me is through him.
Yeah,
You can't beat me up. You can't hurt me by you messing with another dude or something. I don't we don't we not I'm not linked to you in that way anymore. The only way you can hurt a man is through that child. And then a lot of times they see you in the child, and it just creates this level of emotion that it messes up the kid's life, man. These kids is growing up with parents. It's one thing, co-parenting is already like an unnatural thing,
yeah,
but if you growing up and your mama don't fuck with your daddy, vice versa, like think about when you turn 17, 18, and you trying to figure out which one of them to invite to
you're
your
right.
thing, or you know what I'm saying, like it is so bad. Like I wish the situations could be better, but a lot of times it just can't, man. Like that's why I say, like I always say on here, we gotta bring families back. It's the only
Yeah,
way. It was not meant to be this way. You can tell
But it
because there's so much friction. You can tell it's not meant. People need to be in it together. They need to be being patient, getting married, having children at the right age when they financially and emotionally ready, like and sticking together, getting property, setting culture in the household. That's how it's supposed to be. This co-parenting, baby mama, baby daddy, family court shit is ruining us.
but you
It's
know where it
ruining
came from.
us. Yeah, we
So
already don't
we're
know where we
doing
came from
now, we're
because of the
sealing
history
that
of the
off.
country.
We're sealing that bull crap off and now going back. We're getting the out with the old in with the back to the way it was before those people came knocking on your door saying, hey, kick the mail out and we'll give you a couple of dollars in exchange for that.
yeah,
No amount of money can fill the shoes of a man's role in a household for a male and a female, because a man's role in the house is played on both the woman and the man, because as a girl growing up, she's going to see that man interacting as a leader, and as a boy, he's going to
hmm,
imitate exactly what he sees. So once you take that image out, all the boy's going to see is the imitation of the females that are left in that house, and the girl is only going to see the lack of the male, and now has to wonder how she's supposed to be treated in that. So
Yep.
having that man out takes a lot out of the way a kid is going to grow up and be. And so now y'all seeing this culture is exactly the outcome of, I'm sorry to say, but prostitution raised y'all, because those girls that singing, not us on here,
No,
That
no,
girl
no,
that
no. That's why
sings,
I look. You said the girl.
she
I knew
says,
exactly.
she says, I was raised by prostitutes and that's who raised me. So she's teaching our kids it's okay to be that way because she was raised that way. But now she's saying, oh, I wish I would have not did it this way. So she's seeing even the way that they raised her is actually wrong because she do want a husband. She do want the family
Who
structure.
is
So she,
this?
Sukiani.
Oh yeah.
I like
Oh,
Sukiani. And the
okay,
reason why I like her is because she speaks authentic truth. She say,
okay.
yes, I did get raised this way, but I want to change the narrative. And she really is. And
Is
it's
she?
not her fault that she was raised that way, but she's ensuring it doesn't go to the future. That's it.
Okay,
It's
okay,
stopping what you don't want to see happening to our people no more. No
okay.
more baby mamas, no more rat baby mamas, no more baby daddies. We want families. No,
That
because
FA word rat.
I'm not gonna call myself a rat, but if we want to go there, before I got married, did I have kids out of wedlock? Absolutely. I'm gonna be honest with my story because it's mine to tell. I
Yeah.
had 2 kids, so let me tell you how this worked. 2 baby daddies. My first baby daddy was my son. My second baby daddy was my daughter. Those were 2 different outcomes when I got married to my husband. The first dude was like, congratulations, thank you. Now I got to deal with this responsibility. So he was like, here, thank you. But the
Uh-huh.
second baby daddy gave us a world of trouble, took us to court, everything, because he was bitter in it. I've known that dude since I
Mhm.
was in the 2nd grade. But the minute I got married, he acted like he was in the 2nd grade again. So he
Oh boy.
filed, and I won and moved on with my life and my husband and my kids. And we moved to Georgia and had a happy life because the judge said, sir, you can't control the economy. She moving because she can't afford here, but you don't pay child support to help her with your kids. You made her husband moved her to somewhere where they can afford it. Case dismissed, and gave my husband and I access to our daughter because her dad never provided, but
Oh
tried to make a
wow.
problem when I got married. So that's what
Mm.
that was like. And look at what God did. So my daughter would go back and forth, and every time she go back and forth, her daddy would put poison in her, and we'd have to try to say, hey, this
Oh
is what
no.
we never talked ill on daddies.
Yep.
But he
Never
talked
have
ill
to.
on you.
They girl
Yep.
all ill on me. So
Mm.
again, I know what it looks like to deal with bitter baby daddies. And I've seen bitter baby mamas. But the thing is, bitterness comes from inside of not loving yourself enough to say, simply, this doesn't work. Let me move on. My daughter, 21, and my baby daddy still ain't moved on.
Oh my goodness, girl.
Girl,
What?
he called me the other day and I wanted my husband to be like in the room. I'm like, why are you calling me if my daughter lives with you now? Oh, I was just calling to see how you're doing. Life is life. And I said, it sure is. Click. Cause life for you, cause you were evil the whole 21 years. So now I'm living beautifully, peacefully, and he over there in misery with our daughter. So clearly it wasn't the daughter he wanted, it was the mother of the child. He
Yeah.
couldn't get the
Mm.
mother of the child, so he made it hard for anybody the mother of the child was with. And my husband was like, I will knock this dude out. But we had to be responsible adults in it because of our daughter. So because of the kids, we didn't throw nobody in the trash can.
I know
Simple.
that's right.
You got to be
Oh.
responsible adults when children are involved. You can't put no emotions there. Once you do, you have immaturely shown your true colors, that you're a
Yep.
child yourself. That's the
Thank
truth.
you for sharing that story, Healing Hurt Men's Ministry. And
Girl, you,
FA, she ain't no rat, okay?
I mean, because
You
I don't
over
want
there
to say,
bopping.
right. I wasn't like that. I always wanted a house, a home, a family. I always wanted that. I was raised that way. My son's father wasn't, and I had to learn the hard way that this baby was troubled and had went through all. I didn't know his past. I learned it after the fact. And so I was a teenager. I was 17 when I had this kid. So I'm like, oh my God, this dude is so emotionally messed up because of everything that went on in his before I came to his life. And
Yeah.
he would tell me, like, oh, you're just the fresh air that I've been looking for. Like, whatever he saw in me, I guess he's never experienced that. But the torture in that, what he gave me, it was a sickness. So I knew he was mentally sick. Like from all the stuff that he dealt with when he was a child, he was not healed. And the sick part about that is he's a psychologist major, so he knows how to manipulate and play with
He's
women's
somebody
heads.
therapist.
So he is the worst person out there to be dealing with because he knows how to play those games.
Oh,
And girlfriend, I try to tell everybody, y'all have to know who you're dealing with because they can manipulate you into some craziness. That's why you gotta know if people know psychology because they will play the mind games on you.
all right. This was a great conversation. Much needed. Let's drop some final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
But that didn't make me hate black men.
Never. I love my brothers.
My father is a black man. My son is a black man. My brothers are black men. All of these black men, I will. Helen Hurting Men Ministry is for men, but so I would never say I hate men. What I do say in my final thoughts, though, women and men, we need to go back to loving one another. That's
Ooh,
it.
say it. Say it again.
And
That's what
with
I
that,
my final thoughts is I do agree that we both need each other. We gotta part being with one another because none of this matters if we don't. I need women, need a woman. Too proud to say it, and to get to that place where they feel like they need us too. That would come into the conversation. They'll come into this conversation as we gotta figure this out. I don't think it's just an option. Like well, we figure it out or we don't figure it out. No, if you feel like it is life or death for us to be together, the way that you will approach this situation will be different. You see what I'm saying? So you always go back to baby mama culture. I think that ruined the community because so many tree branches came from it. That's what I mean by that. So many things came from just that one cultural change in our community. 80% of black children are born out of wedlock. It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna tell me that they don't bleed into all the other issues that we have into our house. You see what I'm saying? So final thought. I think women are conditioned unwillingly, willingly and unwillingly been conditioned to discriminate in the beginning. I don't think that they naturally want to. I just think that their environment has done nothing but teach that. Have you ever heard of Jane Elliott?
Who?
Jane Elliott.
Mm-mm. I never heard of that person.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
it was. I think I'm saying her name wrong. Right, I think her name was Jane Elliott. But remember, she did the little doll baby test with the babies. It was a
The
Oh
white
yeah,
white
lady.
yeah, yeah,
lady,
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Right,
Jane
right, right, right.
Elliott. Yeah.
Jane
Mm-hmm.
Elliott. That's what I thought her name was. Jane Elliott said about white folks. She said, if you grew up in America, it's impossible for you to come out and not be racist. He said, if you grew up in the American school system, I'm sorry, if you grew up in an American public school system, it's impossible for you to be a white person and not grow up racist. It would be a miracle because if you've been taught that we've discovered everything, we made all the major events, we are the beginnings of civilization. We colonized these savage people who were doing X, Y, and Z, and we gave them a new life and so on and so forth. Everything that's ever done good was done by white folks. Everything bad was done by everybody else. She was saying all white people have been conditioned to believe that so it would be almost impossible for them not to think anything other than that when that's what they've been taught their whole life. That's what I was kind of mirroring it to. Black
Okay.
women have been conditioned to, oh, these men are this, these men are that, da da da, yada yada yada. So if they think anything other, it will almost be like a miracle. But that was all.
Clean, clean.
yeah. Look, man. I think to the original topic of what the lady in the video you played was saying, I think that accountability in humans in general is starting to become like a dead art. It's almost like a dead language, like pig Latin or something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we got to stop conditioning our children to grow up in fear, in fear of the
Yeah.
opposite sex, and fear. It's fear mongering. You know what I'm saying? And at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, you know, things ain't perfect now, but for black people, it's probably the best it's ever been as far as legislation wise and as far as like economics. At this point,
But
it's on
morally,
us. It's on
but
us
morally,
now.
we the worst. We got to
Yeah,
bring
it's on
morals
us.
back. We got
I
to
think
But
bring
it's just
morals back.
because they divided us so much. Now it's
Yeah.
man and woman. First it was
well,
light skin, dark skin, long hair, short hair, color eyes, slanted.
I
It's
believe
always
that they
been us
may,
dividing it. We need to
but I
just
think that we
unify.
need to, right, but we got to stop being able to be divided. That's the thing.
Exactly.
exactly, that's what I was
Like you
saying.
said, the weakness, and you saying all of that stuff. When you okay, if we're all together and we hear somebody saying one thing about this person or that person, and us not standing up and saying, "Hey, this ain't what we do," we
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
as guilty.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree with that. I
Yes.
agree with
Say
that
that.
too.
What you
Feel
don't
the
stand
hurt.
up for,
Yes.
you will you
Yes.
you you
But I
tolerate.
think I ain't gonna lie though, because I don't want to put it on the man. We got a lot of in-house cleaning we need first. We just got a lot of in-house
Yep.
cleaning we
It
need to
starts with
do.
home. So
We
you're right.
need to teach men that women shouldn't be used and abused as toy rags, right? And we got to
Yeah.
teach
Preach.
women. We got to teach women thinking a man's value is only associated with his financial level and what he can do for
Yes.
you. We got to get this poison out the house. That's what it is. A man has enemies from the beginning. I'm looking at it like, man, this bitch ain't. I'm gonna fuck shit out. She ain't got no. The bitch ain't worth nothing. And then the nigga, I'm just that's coming in the. Then the nigga, the girl said, "What you gonna do? What you want to take me out? Can you send me some money to get my hair done?" And da, da, da. It's like from the jump, it's this sickness. We gotta get it out, man. We just gotta get it out. Good. Bring
um,
morals back.
I'm with you. Mama said we try and love. Why don't we try to love one another? And that's what I was gonna say. Clean Clean, were you
Yes.
finished with your final thought?
Oh yeah, nah, I was just saying that as far as opportunity is concerned, it's the best it's ever been in the history of the country. You know what I'm
Great.
saying? Like
I don't know.
you can go,
Tennessee.
you can
What
spend
was
the
you?
next 18 months getting a certification and make $200,000 a year if you want to, if you got the discipline to do it. So what I'm saying is things now, like what Hefe was saying, it's on us now. We gotta clean it up. We gotta change our culture. The battery had already been.
Uh oh. Clean Clean.
To be honest, our ancestors would be ashamed of us.
Clean Clean. Your
Yeah,
thing went out.
They
only
would be
because we don't stand
ashamed.
up for nothing. If our
Yeah.
ancestors knew what they left fighting for and we just let it freely be nothing of no morals, values, every other country has morals and values because they're stuck on their traditions. We
Yeah.
have no traditions because too many outsiders came on our land
Amen.
influencing us to do the opposite of what our ancestors told us to
I think
do.
I don't know. I
We're
think we had
disobeying.
tradition. I think we
Honestly,
had
look,
culture
you
in the
got to think about
50s.
this. How
You
influential
ready?
can a stranger come into your home and change your whole narrative of how you live?
Say it
Yes, they
again.
did.
I
So
think
when
that
you
they
see
did. I
that,
think we allowed
that's
them.
when they brought TV and started putting all of that on TV. They changed the narrative in how we see
Black
ourselves and
people,
how we
and
see each other.
We wasn't strong enough to listen. We grew up in a time of Jim Crow, where going outside can get you murdered. There was a bunch of negative images and ideas of us, and we still was strong and solid because the family was taught, and the outside influences wasn't as your inside, meaning like your family. So it's no excuse. We were solid, gentlemen, upstanding people at Martin Luther King time. All the men
You're
wore
right.
suits. Everybody, family, 90% of black women had children under marriage. In the 50s, that still
Mm.
happened. So this is after slavery. This is after slavery didn't stop anything. Slavery didn't stop marriage. Under the penalty of death, black people still got married during slavery. Slavery did not break the black family. Jim Crow did not break the black family. We were more of a family during those times than we are today. So
And you know
I'll
what
be
broke the
That's
100.
a
black
fact.
family? Food stamps.
What
Who?
Get
broke the black family is, to me, some people would probably say, and what they call it, desegregation.
oh.
but 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 that
I
that
say
played a
food
part.
stamps because the men couldn't be in the house. and the women needed the food stamps.
I think it was a mixture of things. It was drugs, it was the war, it was people coming back
Yeah,
from the military, not getting a GI Bill, having kids, men not being able to feel like they could provide, so they turned to drugs. And
yeah.
it was a mixture of things.
Mama said stand for something or fall for anything. She said growing up we had pride in being black.
Yes,
So
we did.
Yeah. See,
I
mama
would just
But
know.
like
guess
to
So this
what?
say,
is
Black people also told those women not to dress like that too. They said it was healthy shame. It was healthy shame. Yeah, we had pride about how we carried ourselves. We didn't operate like
oh Lord Jesus, you
we
ain't
can do
lying.
whatever we want.
yeah.
It was
My
order.
final thought is great conversation. Thank you, Healing Hurt. Thank you, FA. Thank you, Clean Clean, as always. I just want us to come together as black women and black men. See, I can have both conversations because I can hold black men accountable and I can hold my sisters accountable. And that's what it's
Amen.
all about. Holding each other to the fire. Because if
Amen.
we don't do it, they gonna do it. And you ain't
Yep.
gonna like
Yeah.
how they do it.
Yeah.
That's
Amen.
all I have to
You
say
better
about
preach that.
it. All right, we'll do this again tomorrow. I thank you guys. See
Love
you
you
Love
later.
y'all.
guys.
All right, y'all.